Chapter 1. Blood on the Page. The letter arrived on a Tuesday, its edges singed as if pulled from a fire. The paper was cheap, the kind you'd find in any drugstore, but the words those were anything but ordinary. They bled across the page in uneven, jagged strokes, a mockery of handwriting, a taunt. The Vallejo Police Department had seen its share of strange things, but this was different. This was a declaration of war. Detective Jack Stoltz leaned back in his chair, the fluorescent lights of the precinct buzzing overhead like a swarm of angry bees. The letter lay on his desk, the words burning into his retinas. "This is the Zodiac speaking," it began. The name sent a chill down his spine. Not because he recognized it, no. This was the first time they'd heard it, but because of the way it sat there, bold and unflinching, like a signature on a death warrant. The letter went on, a twisted mix of bragging and threat. "I like killing people because it is so much fun." The words were crude, almost childish in their simplicity, but the intent was clear. This wasn't just a confession. It was a promise. Stoltz picked up the letter again, his fingers brushing the ink. There was something about the way it was written too deliberate, too precise. The killer wasn't just leaving a message. He was leaving a puzzle. And if there was one thing Stoltz knew, it was that puzzles had answers. The phone on his desk rang, shrill and insistent. He snatched it up, his voice sharp. "Stoltz. Jack, it's done." Sergeant on Townley's voice was tight, strained. "We got another one." Stoltz's grip tightened on the receiver. "Another letter?" "No. Another body." The line went silent for a heartbeat. Then Townley spoke again, slower this time, as if the words themselves were heavy. "Same M.O. Same area. Same god and killer." Stoltz exhaled long and slow. The Zodiac wasn't just playing games. He was escalating. The next morning, the newspapers splashed the story across their front pages. "The Zodiac Killer strikes again," they screamed. The public was terrified. The police were scrambling. And the killer, he was watching, waiting, laughing. Because the letter hadn't been the only thing that arrived that Tuesday. There had been something else: Decipher. A code. A challenge. And the Zodiac was just getting started. The cipher was a mess of symbols, a grid of nonsense that seemed to mock anyone who tried to decipher it. But Stoltz knew better. This wasn't random. This was a message. And if they could crack it, maybe, just maybe, if he could get ahead of the killer for once. He spread the cipher out on his desk, tracing the lines with his finger. The symbols were crude, but there was a pattern, a rhythm, a language. And then, like a bolt of lightning, it hit him. The Zodiac wasn't just killing people. He was communicating. The realization sent a jolt through him. This wasn't just a murder case. This was a code, a puzzle, a game. And the Zodiac was the only one who knew the rules. Stoltz picked up the phone again, dialing the number of the only man he knew who might be able to help. A linguist, a cryptographer, a man who spoke the language of the unseen. The line rang once, twice, then a voice. Dr. Alan Keegan. Stoltz didn't waste time. "Alan, we need your help." The words hung in the air, heavy with implication, because if the Zodiac was playing a game, then the stakes were higher than anyone realized. And the clock was ticking. The cipher sat on the desk, its symbols staring back at them like a riddle waiting to be solved. But as Stoltz looked at it, he couldn't shake the feeling that they were already behind. Because the Zodiac wasn't just ahead of them, he was always one step ahead. And the next move was his.